Hey guys, it's Chad Chesmark with mentalupgrades.com, and in this video we're going to talk about whether or not self-hypnosis can be used to get rid of bad habits and reprogram good habits. Limiting self-beliefs, fear, and a lack of willpower can stop a lot of people in their tracks from having success when they're trying to achieve their goals. And here's the problem. The reason this happens is because those things are habits, and habits exist in our subconscious mind. Well, the theory is that self-hypnosis can actually get right into your subconscious mind and literally reprogram the way that your mind works so that you no longer have fear. You're suddenly filled with willpower, and you can completely transform and change your self-beliefs to be whatever they need to be to help you on your journey towards achieving those goals. Now, let me start by saying that I consider myself to be an extreme skeptic. I like to go by Carl Sagan's phrase that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So years ago, when I first started learning about hypnosis and self-hypnosis, I didn't believe it because the claims were quite extraordinary. But then I did some research. If you look into Google or into PubMed and you type in scientific proof for the effectiveness of hypnosis or the effectiveness of self-hypnosis, you're going to find a ton of articles and studies, research-based studies, evidence-based studies that do back these claims. I'll put some links in the description below if you'd like to read these articles for yourself. Before deciding to become a certified hypnotist, I spent years doing my own research, reading every study that there was, trying to find out if this stuff was legit, because I knew that if it was legit, that I found something incredibly powerful. And so I started trying it out on myself. So I had a few personal self-limiting beliefs that I wanted to change, or habits that I wanted to get rid of, bad habits that I wanted to turn into good habits. For example, I had a tendency to procrastinate when it came to taking action towards things that I knew would bring me success. I'd always put it off and say, well, I'll do that later. I don't feel like doing it right now. And I would put it off until later. So procrastination was a big one for me. Also, I had an unhealthy addiction to junk food. I mean, sure, I try to eat healthy as much as I can, but I always would give in at the last minute, and after dinner I'd have a big bowl of ice cream. And I'm talking about an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. You know, I wasn't a slacker when it came to junk food. And I still enjoy it today, but I do it on a cheat day, so I think that that's okay. But I have transformed that one. I got rid of it completely. Now I stick to a clean, healthy diet without having to worry about it because my mind now accepts that that's just the way that I like to eat. I also used to have a habit of taking too many days off from working out. And what would happen was I would say, okay, I'd wake up in the morning, it was on my to-do list, go to the gym, it's leg day, I'm gonna work out my legs really hard. And the next thing you know, I'd say, well, first I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna do this. Let me make a phone call first. And the next thing you know, I would say, oh man, I'm out of time, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow I would do the same thing again. And the next thing you know, 2 weeks went by and I skipped leg day. Friends don't let friends skip leg day. I also had a fear of stepping out of my comfort zone. And I'm a firm believer that one's success depends on a willingness to step out of your comfort zone, because success lies on the outside of this zone. If you stay in here all the time, you're not gonna grow. So you gotta be willing to take chances, do things that scare you. Well, self-hypnosis helped me with that. And I also had a self-limiting belief that I would always be destined to be in the middle class, that I would never make a lot of money. You know, I was kind of raised in the middle class, and those beliefs just got stuck into your mind, where you're programmed as a child to think that a certain amount of money is a lot of money. And then when you get older, that stays in your mind, even though that much money isn't so much money anymore. So you can use self-hypnosis to reprogram your thinking about attracting wealth and abundance. So here's what I did. I went online and I found some self-hypnosis CDs. This is before you could get a download. And I bought a bunch of CDs that targeted the things I wanted to fix in my life. And I started listening to them. And for me personally, it didn't work right away. And I have met people who listen just once and they have a transformation experience like that. It wasn't like that for me. I had to listen every single day for a week or two to most of them before I started to notice that I was changing the way I felt and believed about these things. And even today, if I find myself slipping back to those old habits, I'll break out some self-hypnosis CDs. Now I have new ones that I actually made myself because I'm a hypnotist now, so I knew what I was doing. and I have very targeted ones towards my personal goals. And those will instantly get me right back. It's kind of a reset to where I want to be, where I want my subconscious mind to be, so that my conscious efforts aren't fighting against my subconscious beliefs. So what specifically changed? Well, for example, I started finding myself craving healthy foods. Instead of the ice cream, I would look at that and just go, I don't really want it. It just went away. So instead I would look at that and I would just pass it by in the grocery store, and I would look at something healthy and my body would naturally say, that's what I want. And that's what I was craving instead of the junk food. It's a complete transformation in the way that you think. And to be honest, when I first started listening to those CDs, it kind of felt like a burden, you know? I'd be like, it was another thing that I would procrastinate. I would say, oh, today I'm gonna listen to my procrastination hypnosis CD, and I would put it off because I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do other things, because some of these sessions take about 30 minutes. And I was like, I don't want to take 30 minutes out of my day to sit down alone and meditate, hypnotize myself. But what happened is, the more you do it, you start to appreciate that time that you're spending for yourself. It kind of becomes like your me time, and you look forward to it. So now a day doesn't go by where I don't take advantage of at least 30 minutes to have time for myself, to focus on my thoughts, to meditate or self-hypnotize. And that keeps my mind right where I need it to be, so that I'm chasing the goals that I want to be chasing, and I don't have to fight against myself to get there. I firmly believe that self-hypnosis has made me into a better version of myself, and I would never turn back and stop using it. It's just too valuable to do that, and I urge you to give it a try. Now, I know a lot of people, when they hear about self-hypnosis, or even a testimonial from someone who says they had success with it, they'll say, yeah, sure, it worked for you, but will it work for me? And then they don't even give it a try because they're not sure. Well, here's the thing. Most likely it will work for you. It's not guaranteed. And here's why. You have to want the change to happen first. So for example, if you were to give quit smoking, let's say you have a smoker in your family and you want them to quit smoking. If you give them a self-hypnosis track that is all about quitting smoking, and you say, here, listen to this, I want you to quit smoking. Now, if they don't personally want to quit smoking, they can listen to it 100 times and they're probably not going to quit. So one of the keys is you have to want the change to occur in order for this to be successful. Otherwise, while you're listening to the hypnosis, you're going to be fighting the suggestions. You need to be able to accept the suggestions so that they can be accepted by your subconscious mind and become a permanent part of who you are. Now, if I had only listened to the CDs that I originally bought one time and said, it didn't work, and just threw them in the trash, well, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I like who I am today. Hopefully you like who I am today too. But here's the thing, you just can't give up on it. You have to stick to it. So I recommend getting one, start with just one, and listen to it every single day until you start to notice a change. And you will start to notice a change, especially if it's something that you want to have occur. Now, if you're interested in learning how and why hypnosis works, I'll put a link in the description box to a video called How to Reprogram Your Mind for Success. In this video, I talk all about how hypnosis works, why it works, and a lot more details than that. So you'll find out everything you'll need to know. And if you'd like to have some done-for-you self-hypnosis audio downloads, visit my website at mentalupgrades.com. I'll put that link in the description box as well. Because what I've done is I've taken things that are very common, things that a lot of people want to have in their life, and I've created these audio files, and all you have to do is listen to them in the privacy of your own home. You just cut out a chunk of time, about 30 to 35 minutes for most of them, and you're just going to sit down alone. Don't do this while you're driving. That's dangerous, by the way, because you will be hypnotized. You don't want to be driving while you're hypnotized. So you'll just sit down where you're alone and you'll listen to these, and I recommend listening every single day for as long as it takes. Sometimes it's going to take 30 days, but just keep doing it until you feel it. Eventually, you're going to listen to it, and you're going to notice that your thinking is changing. Your thinking is being reprogrammed and transformed to create a new, better version of yourself. Also, when you visit mentalupgrades.com, if you want to get the biggest discount that I offer for these downloads, check out U 2.0. That's a chunk of self-hypnosis downloads that you get for a hugely discounted price. So if you bought them all separately, it's going to cost about $57 more than if you buy the whole package together. So I recommend U 2.0. Or if you're focused on just success, business success, entrepreneurial success, check out the Success Bundle. And those will give you 4 self-hypnosis downloads that all deal with attracting wealth, stopping procrastination, everything that you need to excel in success in your business. And then the final one is called the Wellness Bundle. And this is designed just to help you feel good. It's losing weight, getting a good night's sleep, reducing stress, and pain management through hypnosis. And each one of those products on the product page has a video where I'll go into complete detail about what you're gonna get and what it's gonna help you achieve and overcome, and what habits it's gonna get rid of and what new habits it's going to install. So until next time, this is Chad Chesmer from Mental Upgrades saying, I look forward to hearing about your success. So long. So I recommend YouTube 2.0. I have new ones now, but now and even today, if I find myself, oh my God.